Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Factorio using the C-Block mod pack. So, I wanted to do some testing right off the bat before we actually go any further. So I've set up a little test apparatus to test different power layouts. I was very curious about this new oil boiler, which would burn burn fuel oil directly, rather than having to, what we're doing right now, converting it all into solid fuel using charcoal. So I got three setups. This far north setup is taking, well, they all take the same amount of resources. They take 5 barrels of fuel oil and 5 charcoal. This setup is what we have now. It uses a liquefier to turn it into solid fuel, puts it into a Mark II boiler, and burns it through steam engine Mark IIs. This second setup, it has the same resources, but it uses the charcoal to turn them into a fuel pellet, a single charcoal pellet, and burns it in a Mark II boiler and Mark II steam engines. The fuel oil itself goes into this oil boiler, which makes its own steam, which we're burning in Mark II engines. I don't know if the Mark II engines matter, because the whole entire idea of these is that the Mark II boilers get hotter, I thought, which means that the steam engines benefit from having a higher maximum temperature. But I could be wrong. So this is doing the exact same setup as the second one, except for it uses Mark I steam engines. And I just want to, see what each of this does, the same resources. For each setup, we're going to give it 1 accumulator worth of power, and then we're going to store its output in this bank of accumulators. And then we'll reset and just note the energy amount at the end of the experiment. So, first of all, let's do the north one. This is our existing setup. And the game is awfully quiet. Alright, so it's not going yet because it doesn't have power to actually do the power production. We have to feed it a single full accumulator. We'll just add it in. There. And we make a bunch of solid fuel, and the solid fuel slowly burns itself away, creating steam, which gets converted into energy. I hope we have enough accumulators. That'd be embarrassing. And unfortunately, it's not. I don't have exact numbers, so we'll have to see what we can do. If it's a very subtle difference, it might be difficult to keep track of. I suppose I could set up something that counts power better, by moving stuff back and forth or something. Interesting. Why are you burning power? Oh, this drain, of course. Okay, stop it. Okay, that's a problem. Because these do have drain. I hadn't thought about that. Okay. So the total accumulator charge is 168 megajoules. Though it's not exact. Yeah, like I said, I could probably work out a better rig to deal with that. But we can, if there's a big enough difference, it'll be obvious. So that was 168 megajoules. If it's a subtle difference, we'll be more clever. Anyway, revert back to here. I could have just set up a power bank for each one, but that would be a lot of accumulators. I didn't really want to deal with that. So for the middle group, I guess I could put down a single solar panel instead, but that's okay. Why deal with the ambiguity? Alright, so there's this makes all the charcoal becomes a single fuel pellet, which powers this for a little tiny bit, and mostly it's the fuel oil that consumes it, and it doesn't do it very quickly. It's slow. that is a thing. This is very slow. We'll have to actually maybe have more of them than we would Mark II boilers in order to have the same effect. Okay, it's about to finish up. Soon. It shouldn't have an odd number. Oh well, it'll be the same across. Okay. Let's just give it a quick look to see how close that was. 235. Okay. 235. See, I know we're not being exact. I know there's definitely an issue there, and apparently, I don't know why all the fuel. I mean, we're having 250 fuel oil, and this burns 4 at a time. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. That's not doesn't divide evenly. Never mind. Maybe I should have gone up to a different number. Anyway, it'll be the same across both. So you start. Let's see if the steam engine type matters. If it does not, there might be scaling issues. Again, same deal with this, with the fuel pellet. Exact same sequence here. It's just different steam engines. Apparently the temperature is 315, so it's actually a better temperature than both of these could handle. So I'm going to assume that the Mark IIs will be better than the Mark Is, but we'll see. Yeah, it says the temperature of the steam is 315. Is that the equivalent of Mark III steam engines, which I don't have yet? No, that's 385. Weird. I don't know. Why at 315? But whatever. It does take some time. Okay, and these are about to switch over. Let me stop them. There we go. What have we got? 133. Ooh. So that's much worse. Well, that's encouraging. That means that when we go up to Mark III engines, they'll be even better than the solid fuel. Okay. Well, that's a pretty clear result. We should switch over everything to using the oil boilers, or at least when we expand again, we should use the oil boilers for everything instead of converting to solid fuel. Okay. I have research turned off. Let's get that back going again. Railway. I don't need those. Shooting speed. No. Oil burning generator. Wait a minute. Is this something else that's even better? It might be. Like there's a whole series of oil burning generators. Okay. Well, we will keep our apparatus set up and wait to test that also. I do apologize. I've been a little lazy with my Factorio lately. I try to make sure I have an episode per day, and I've been just missing a few lately. I've been a little busy with other things. But yeah, right now we are in search of. Well, okay. Let's set up. Let's talk about goals. I'd been thinking that I was gonna try to get blue science here, but I don't know if I will. I mean, it's gonna need quite a commitment of materials. I think I instead want to scale up, which will require, well, won't require, but which I prefer to do with bots. So my goal has been to get bots, which also will need a bunch of red circuits. We just made these circuit boards. What's the next step? On the way to getting the red circuits. So it needs It needs both the green and the electronic circuit boards, and then aluminium. The electronic circuit boards we haven't made yet. They need solder, components, transistors. Components we are making already, so that those are easy. Transistors need the plastic and the silicon. We just set up some plastic production right here. Silicon we don't have yet. We'll need to make something that makes silicon like this, just in small quantities. I don't need this to go on forever. I just need enough to make out like a nice 50 or 60 bots. And then we can use them to scale up our entire factory. Okay. So to get silicon, I don't want to do anything special. I don't think I have unlocked anything special to get to the ingots. No, I haven't unlocked it yet. This whole trichlorosilane to the equivalent of doing processing for silicon. We'll just use silicon ore and carbon. And I think we have like a big stockpile of silicon ore somewhere. And that's in a blast furnace. And then that's an induction and a couple casters. Yep. So I need a blast furnace. Need more bricks. I also need to set up like a mall, you know, like a little area that I can use to come back and get the specific things I need, rather than having to sit around and scrounge for them. I had to make some concrete in order to set up the testing apparatus over there. So I have a little bit right there. And batteries. I had to make a few batteries. What am I doing? I'm looking for a blast furnace which needed stones, so I'm in the wrong place. But yeah, I'm way too lazy to actually lay everything out by hand. I want to have someone else do it. What would keep me from making another one of those? Steel. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how I'm gonna set this up. And kinda right now, I have this sort of thing going on. Like, this has been my normal plan, where I have a little bank that makes a bunch of one thing, that all feeds into another bank that makes a different thing, and so on. So we have this feeding into that, feeding into that. Now, we don't need to do it all that way. We could instead have like a couple of these feed into a couple of those, into a couple of those. And that would be all nice and self-contained. I mean, there's gains to be made by doing it this way because of ratios. Like a couple hydro plants, or a couple hydro plants here to give me all the purified for all of this. Instead, if I were to make it self-contained, I need a hydro plant per unit. But just the reduction in logistics of having to move everything around and care about ratios and all that might be worth it. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm moving in that direction. Small, self-contained units. We'll see. We definitely need some tin ingots. Or more. This. That's nickel. Somewhere we've got a bunch of silicon. Sitting around. Here it is. Yeah. And we want some ingots, we said. I need to make some space. Put the chest down. I'm gonna just throw some junk into it. That's fine. tin, not... for some reason, I always confuse copper and tin. I always think I need copper ingots, but no, tin ingots. I'll just get another couple. There. Still, things are coming together nicely. I'm a little daunted looking forward. Like, I know we're gonna... Okay. I know before we can get our bots, we're gonna need to have to deal with lubricant. And that's going to be a trial. I have to work out the whole plan. I'm still not sure I believe what's going on here. I need to work with that, figure out that more. Like, why? I thought that this was self-supplying. That crushing geodes would give me enough mineralized for the filtration units to deal with the slurry they produce. But that doesn't seem to be happening. I don't know. What am I doing? I was going to place the silicon. I do have some plastic bars being made for the batteries I need to make. Okay, we'll test this out. But again, that needs electric engine units, which needs lubricant. So we'll have to work our way to that first. Running out of things to research. Not a problem. Or rather, it's a good problem to have. Silicon. Any more boxes? I technically don't actually need the silicon plates. I need them turn in the chips right away. But whatever. You can deal with that. That's gonna need plenty of this. Where is it? There. I don't need to run a line right now. We can just insert some as needed. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. We have more aluminum being made. We got plenty of ore. Why no hydroxide? Because too much chlorine. This could be a problem. It'll fill up a lot with sodium hydroxide. I guess I didn't need to do that. Let's turn that off. We have plenty of this down here. Let's just use up what we have first. Alright. We are definitely running out of things. This needs to go faster. Probably should make stack inserters. But again, red circuits. Don't have red circuits yet. Alright. It'll do for now. What is this doing? This is the urea for the resin. Okay. Okay. That will deal with the... I wish I can get through there, but that's fine. Alright, I just need some ad hoc stuff. I'm not going to try to make it all pretty. Let's see... Do I have these anywhere? No, we'll make some. Alright. Don't exactly know the ratio. I want the tinned copper wire, so it's lots of cables and one tin plate. That's 0.5 to get 2. This is 0.5 needing 3. So it's not right. It's not 1-to-1, but it's a messy ratio. I don't care. I don't need it exact. I can just make it good enough. But I do need better inserters for this, or it'll be a problem. There. Tons of tinned copper wire. So this needs electronic components, which needs the tin copper wire and carbon. This needs tin copper wire and silicon. Silicon wafers are easy to get. Plastic bars, we can just pull them from up there. I should probably graduate from using these regular inserters all over the place to using just the fast inserters. Now that we're actually paying attention to our circuit setups. And again, we'll just feed it manually for a little bit. Alright. Transistors. So we'll make the silicon below, we'll make pull in the plastic like this. It's slow, but it makes 5 at a time. Where are the wafers? And the actual thing we're making is this, which cannot happen in a blue thing. It has to happen in a assembling machine for now, until we get to better assembling machines. Can we make those yet? We could, but they need red circuits, so it's kind of a catch-22. Or kind of a circular, whatever. It's not really a catch-22. It's a bad reference. Music seems a little low to me. I don't know why. I haven't changed anything. Okay, we should set this up again now. Alright. What does this need? This needs to be making circuits too. It just... okay. This is so sloppy. But whatever. It works. There. Circuits. Why isn't this going? I haven't actually grabbed the silicon. Yeah, that's the slow part of it. The, what are they? Transistors. But whatever. Okay, there's our first electronic circuit boards. Now turn those into reds. Where are they? They need aluminum, copper cable, and electronic circuits. Many things. Need more iron. As is often the case. Where do those have to be made in? Red ones. They have to be in blue. For now. This will make the greens. Did I want to do that? I don't think I did. I wanted... This can make the wire. That'll make the greens. which we'll have to just direct insert some stuff. And then the aluminum, we'll need to, again, just insert aluminium, I should say, always. Bunch of iron, and the electronic circuits. That's not happening because of lack of carbon. Alright. We should output some here, maybe? No, we can, well... I think we'll make do without. This needs a link. And there you go. Our first red circuit is about to be made. Amazing! It's red! Alright. We can't make the modular... what am I saying? The modular... The power armor that lets you have a roboport, right? It's probably tech. Robo... port. Yeah, personal roboport needs blue. Needs a decent amount of blue also. We can work our way to it, but for now that's not going to happen. So we'll have to make actual roboports, which are there, which need a ton of red circuits apparently. Let's see, so it's 5, 1, and 4. I forget which ones are which. Antenna hatch charging. Antenna hatch charging. Okay. 514. So we need 25 and 20. 45 red circuits for a single roboport. No, I wouldn't mind having these in a box. Also. Like, a stack of them. Or 2. I should set up that to be automated. But we can do that later. You don't have these because they don't have tin. Now they have tin. Don't have copper. Alright, that's moving things in a bit better direction. We're still not connecting everything as well as we could be. We need to do that at some point. But, like I said, I'm thinking of not doing that, of having like individual little modules. Like, so that's what we ended up doing eventually, like when we were 130, 140 hours into our 0.15 playthrough. We switched everything over into these little, this very separate train stations. And we had each of them using roboports inside to move things around. I'm thinking I might do something like that, but earlier, where I won't have things, won't have roboports internally. I'll just use normal logistics, and I won't have as many things moving from place to place. We'll have a few big ones made of internally individual modules. Maybe? Like, the big deal last time was I was moving around the, what am I saying? I was moving around the slurry all over the place. And never having enough slurry to get anywhere was annoying. So we might just, like, generate slurry everywhere. Alright. Well. This is stopped because of lack of that. Yeah, sure, let's stop making those. Need more blues. Oops. It's only 2 each, so it's not like in the base game where you need like 20 of one circuit to make one of the next circuit. I bet this is stopped, yeah. We really need to start making this more automated. But, oh well. On the plus side, we're almost out of things to research, so our power use is gonna die real quick, soon enough, which will give us tons of reason to expand. Like, I was thinking, which way do I expand first? Do I go ahead and try to increase our mineral production, or do I try to do energy production, get our power supply more safe? And I think we are good with doing energy. I'm sorry, with not doing energy, with just jumping straight towards more mineral production, because when science stops, we'll have excess capacity. But I could be wrong. We'll see. Got a bit of silver here. Have a bit of gold there. And more gold down there. Although not in great quantity. Oh no, we got tons of gold. Never mind. This is starting to fill up. We're gonna need to dump it soon. Enough. Alright, so let's start figuring out what we're going to do next. So to make the construction robots, we need these construction robot brains. Well, and we're going to need... Well, that's easy. We can make that right now. But we need the flying robot frames. Flying robot frames require electric engine units. Electric engine units require a lubricant. But only 2 circuits. They're pretty cheap. The engine units themselves are pretty cheap too. But that lubricant. So the only way to get lubricant is from base mineral oil. And it also requires residual gas. Where do we get residual gas from? From everywhere, probably. Like, we can just fake our way to some. Okay. We're making some right here, I forgot. We're making residual gas when we convert the methanol into propane. For our very simple plastic production. The base mineral oil, though, is more complicated. You get it either from crude oil or from vegetable oil. I don't think there's another way. Crude oil, thermal water, which I can't make. Thermal water just... Well, I didn't know I could make that. It's lithium chloride and steam. What do I do with thermal water? I don't have the tech for it yet, but I didn't know I could make it. It's a way to get red algae. Or base mineral oil, of course. But that needs naphtha, which we also don't have. Anyway, this is something we might do like in a long time. It's not something that we're looking at the moment. Though I'm a little curious, what does red algae need? Or what was it for? It's for calcium carbonate, which is for alien tech. Yeah, alien pre-artifacts. Alien goo, which doesn't have a use yet, probably. Anyway, out of reach for now. So the base mineral oil we will instead make from vegetable oil, which will give us fuel oil, which we were just talking about. But right now, our farms are all doing something different. They are they're making pulp. Nutrient pulp from beans, which is not the way to do that. You need vegetable oil is filtered from raw vegetable oil. And raw vegetable oil is, well, you can get it from beans also. Huh. I was thinking we were going to need to go to something else. I thought it was about the corn. Wait a minute, then what's the corn for? Diadylium. Corn is for fermentation. Ah, never mind. Okay, that's a way to get to ethanol. But if we're looking for mineral oil, that's sticking with the nuts or the beans, which are binefren. So I did some work on this at one point where I was looking at the different rates of vegetable oil. By vegetable oil, yeah. And it's binefren and no aubergine that gives you vegetable oil. Although, I mean, right now everything I have is based around desert production. And we do have access to, not desert farming, but temperate farming. So we could... No, that's all desert farming. What else am I looking for? Pips. Vanilla aubergine, that's what. That gives you crystal dust also. Temperate farming, which we can research. Give me pips. But give me alien bacteria, which again, we don't have a obvious use for beyond pre-artifacts. What else was it? Beans, nuts. Nuts are Arumbophilia. That's one of the annoying ones where you actually have to very slowly build up your supply from dormant seeds, rather than being able to just have one field supply like 20 other fields. More swamp farming. More swamp farming. Okay, it looks like the temperate isn't adding that much, so we'll just stick with our binefren. Doesn't give you as much raw vegetable oil, but it is enough. So yeah, we've been making the pulp and then using the pulp, but we could turn it into oil instead. We'll have to do that in some quantities. What do I need for that? It needs a press. Unknown item group name bioprocessing alien. That's for the new paste stuff we just unlocked. Okay. Press. Where is it? I hate to do it, but for now we're just gonna steal from our we'll just steal from, what am I saying? We'll steal from the energy production to make this happen. In the hopes that it will not horribly go wrong. And this can be done, I think. Until we get another big buildup of aluminum. This is stopped because we're out of circuits. We're out of circuits. We're out of, yeah. We just carried some over. Where do I use that? It's right there. And I do have a lot here. So let's just throw it all in up here. Oops. Oh, you're out of iron too. Well, that's easy. Yeah, this is so complicated. Everything needs so many different things. But at least we're making some progress. Okay, a press. Needs more iron. I kind of don't care about ratios right now. We're gonna need ceramic filters. We have some. Okay. We need filtration units. We have some. And the vegetable oil itself needs an oil refinery. Turn it into base mineral oil. Where is that? There it is. I can even make a Mark II one if I wanted. Sure. Energy consumption, 720 kilowatts. That's painful. Let's steal some of this. We can make better tools. Or these really huge chests made of brass. Oh well. Here, you can hold this. We don't need them anymore. What was I doing? I was gonna put those in. This is stopped because black and blue. Yeah, this walking around ad hoc doing this is annoying. We're gonna have to definitely move things closer together so we can not deal with, so we don't have to deal with that. Alright, let's go take a look. Now, do I have brick? I don't think I have brick. Let's take some. Oh no, I have some stone. Okay, good. I do need more poles. The map looks different since I started playing again a couple days ago. Am I right? Is there a change to a map? Are we out of compost? Out of catalysts, probably. No, still got plenty of catalysts. Plenty of fertilizer. You don't have enough output. Maybe? Alright, there's probably better ways to do that than what I'm just doing, but that's fine. Yep. It's like we're suddenly short on beans. Over there, at least. You must be burning a lot of power. Yeah, our power spiked up this last bit. But whatevs. I guess I'm at a point where I could go ahead and just knock out a ton of solar. Eh. I'm looking for a splitter. Alright, what are we gonna do with this? We're gonna press it. Press it. Where is it? Let's make some space. Alright, this will be where we figure out how to get at least a little bit of lubricant. Which means it's gonna be stuck down here. I guess we can put it in barrels and move it up. We'll deal with that later. So we need filtration units. Or probably just one, but we'll do a couple. Interesting. This is... We can... We have to purify the coolant. I didn't realize that. Can we do that? I think I did realize that. I just didn't register in my mind. We'll use ceramic filters, of course. It's interesting that if you don't use ceramic filters, you just end up with more pulp. And that does need purified water, doesn't it? Okay, we'll have to make a bit of purified water here. Let's move this on this side then. Because it'll share an input. Okay, we're still going to generate some pulp, so we'll feed that back into the old system. Or the existing system, I suppose I should say. Alright. And we have filters. We'll just throw a bunch in. We might need to make chests here like we did before. And these don't need to be this like that. We'll just see that for now. There's probably not going to be producing a lot anyway. Okay, so the purified water. We've done this several times. Let's... Do I have any washing... not washing plants. Treatment plants. I don't. I need more iron. Ooh, it looks like we're producing like a real lack of solid fuel. I don't know, it's going. Never mind. I'm just overestimating our solid fuel needs. Where's my iron? Up there. Alright. Things are progressing nicely. We're gonna need more. We said we needed more iron to do what? What were we doing with the iron? I forget. We needed more iron for more inserters? No, it wasn't inserters. It was for the hydro plants, which we just made. Never mind. It probably says something that I can forget why I'm walking across my base 2 minutes after deciding I need to. Or something like that. This is so bursty, it seems. Like, it has these little, I don't know. Like, for a while, these are all idle, and then they're all busy. Oh, I had a ton of those. Never mind. No, that's the right way. These are just annoyingly in the way. But this isn't even doing anything anymore. Let's just get rid of it. We somehow messed it up. Like, we don't have enough. Yeah, we need an intermediate chest so we can continue producing seeds. Well, that's good. We got tons of those squash seeds. That's working, right? Yeah, that's working. Need some lights. It's so dark. Alright, now we have the vegetable oil. We need to put that into the refinery. Where is it? Refinery. There it is. No, this. Which will produce fuel oil, which we can go ahead and burn right away. I know I have a bunch of them. No, I don't. They're all laid out. I can make a bunch more of them. But these don't make them that fast. I probably don't even need as many as I just made. They don't burn, they don't make steam that quickly. And then we'll make a little tank of mineral oil. No, I don't need mineral oil. What do I do with the mineral oil is what I care about. Base mineral oil becomes lubricant with the residual gas, which is way far away. Should I just barrel it up? I like just barreling it up. I'll need to make a thingy. Then we'll carry it over manually. This doesn't need to be a permanent thing. This is just for getting out some robots. Where are my boilers? Steam engines. There. There. Looks like that'll keep up. Where is that thing? You are barreling up base mineral oil. In small amounts. Alright, well, we are over time, so I think I'll take a break right there. This time we focused mostly on, well, our nifty test. We got some red circuits going, and we're getting some of our first base mineral oil, which will turn into lubricant. So thank you everyone for watching. My name is Michael Young, and this is Factorio.